Andrew Warne for Showtime Movie News at the Cannes Film Festival. Rarely has there ever been such a significant Australian presence here at the festival, with two Aussie directors with films in competition and stars like Nicole Kidman with 2 films, Guy Pearce, Ben Mendelsohn, Mia Wasikowska, even Kylie Minogue with a film. Plus, there was the world premiere of the much-anticipated Indigenous musical, The Sapphires. A late addition to the festival's program, screening out of competition, the musical comedy is based on a true story about a group of 4 Aboriginal women who become a singing sensation. You've been able to create a bit of buzz for Les Sapphires in Cannes. How does that feel?
One day at a time, Andrew, one day at a time. Like here we are. Don't believe this. You know, I've been here the last 3 days and I've been calm. But tonight it's just picked up and I'm just out of my skin a little bit. So, yeah. That's the truth.
That's an impressive red carpet, right?
That's impressive. But look, I'm with my sister girls, I'm with my brother boys. We're going to have the time of our life. I'm going to walk up that carpet with pride and with fun and excitement and just own the moment, because who knows, we may not get it again if ever. So it's nice to be here with the film, with the Sapphires, promote it and just enjoy that long red walk.
If the cast of the Sapphires had a certain bounce to their step as they climbed the famous red carpet in Cannes, it might have been because the Weinstein Company announced just prior to the festival that the film would be released around the world.
There is a place called the Apollo Theater. It's where dreams are made, where legends are born. I'll take you there. I can see you girls singing in places like that. There and in the Rainbow, in the Olympia, the best rooms in the world.
I'll take you there. It really is a wonderful film. It's, you know, a really beautiful, true story, and it really comes from the heart. So hopefully, you know, it touches a lot of people.
I heard it through the grapevine.
Can you make it sound blacker?
And I wonder who's love.
And your name again?
We're the Sapphires.
It just so happens that the Weinstein Company, or that conglomerate known simply as Harvey, also owns the distribution rights to the other 2 Aussie-directed films, Lawless and Killing Them Softly. Andrew Dominik and Brad Pitt apparently made the decision to work together again in less than an hour.
Jesse James remains one of my favorites, even though, you know, still like only 10 or 12 people have seen it, but it remains my absolute favorite. And want to do something again, and Andrew came up with this thing.
And we're in the trenches on that movie, you know. You know, you bombed in a trench.
The New Orleans-based crime drama was transformed by Dominik from a story about the restoration of order amongst the city's criminals into a statement about the economic crisis in America. In both cases, when things get messy, you bring in the enforcer.
You ever killed anyone? No. You can get touchy-feely.
Touchy-feely.
Emotional, not fun. A lot of fuss. They cry, they plead, they beg, they piss themselves, they call for their mothers. It's embarrassing. I like to kill them softly.
In my films, violence has always been portrayed as an emotional situation and really unpleasant. And maybe it's just maturity on my part. Now I'm thinking that, you know, if violence is going to occur, people perpetrating it are not going to be wanting to have to deal with those unpleasant feelings, you know.
Lawless also features the reunion of Australia's renegade filmmakers John Hillcoat and writer Nick Cave for their film based on the true story of the Bondurant brothers, legendary bootleggers of moonshine during Prohibition.
You want any more of this stuff?
As much as you can bring me. That's $2,000, minus my commission.
Look at you, swanning around like you're Al Capone.
They were mythic. There's a museum. I mean, the community still looks at them like, you know, it was the American version of, you know, Zeus and Poseidon. These guys were gods.
There's a feeling around these parts that these Bondurants is indestructible.
Do you mean immortal? You any idea what a Thompson submachine gun does to a mortal?
So is it a Western or a gangster movie?
It's a wankster movie.
Yep. It's where the West ends and the gangster begins.
I'm the one who's going to make your life real difficult from now on if you don't toe the line, country boy.
Nicole Kidman was a glutton for punishment at this year's festival, coming in with 2 films, though only one in competition, the follow-up to Precious from director Lee Daniels.
Would you mind putting up the windows? It's gonna mess my hair.
Are you serious? I'm sweating like a pregnant nun back here.
Lee wanted me to be far more curvaceous, so he just kept saying, don't work out, eat, eat, eat. So he wanted me to have a bigger booty, as he says.
Then, as the lover of the celebrated writer in Hemingway and Gellhorn.
But innocent people are being blown up. Someone has to go. Someone has to write about this.
I mean, someone has to leave.
I want to go. I do.
Perkins wants you to write a novel for Scribner's.
I don't want to write a novel.
She was the first female war correspondent. Most female journalists know who she is. But what she did with her life, she was so upfront. She said she did not pretend to be anything else other than what she was, and she did it. She did it into her 80s, and I just have so much admiration for her. So I'm so glad that her story has been told, you know, and not lost in the history. And it wasn't just at Hemingway.
Kylie Minogue brought her shimmy to the red carpet for Leo Carax's futuristic meditation on the vehicles of life, from experiences to limousines. Another standout film this year was Australian producer Rebecca Yeldam's third collaboration with Brazilian director Walter Salles, their adaptation of the seminal novel from the Beat generation, On the Road.
With becoming a Dean Moriarty began the part of my life you could call my life on the road.
I finally got on that old road.
If the festival kicked off this year with an unusual choice, Wes Anderson's Moonrise Kingdom, a sweet coming-of-age summer romance in the idiosyncratic director's first trip to the festival.
When someone said it's the first time Wes has had a film at Cannes, I said that can't be true. There's no way.
Seems like such a natural fit.
Yeah, he seems like such a fit.
Where the hell are you?
Right here.
Does it concern you that your daughter has just run away from home?
That's a loaded question.
Until help arrives, I'm deputizing the little guy, the skinny one, and the boy with the patch on his eye to come with me in the station wagon.
C'est le temps de l'amour, le temps des copains et de l'aventure.
What am I looking at?
He does watercolors, mostly landscapes, but a few nudes.
If we find him, I'm not going to be the one who forgot to bring a weapon. Me neither.
It finished on a more conventional note, with the top prize going to Michael Haneke's Love, a tender film about aging and dying.
Tu avais laissé l'eau couler.
Dis donc, qu'est-ce qui t'arrive? Tu es complètement folle? C'est une blague?
Pardon?
C'est une plaisanterie ou... Ça se veut une plaisanterie ou quoi?
Quelle plaisanterie? Je ne comprends rien.
While the artistic side of the festival jostles for the top prizes, the market side of Cannes jostles for sales, including a couple of Aussie hopefuls. Goddess is the other Aussie musical in Cannes this year that marks the film debut of Ronan Keating.
Yeah, I've been trying to get into film for years. You know, I read for Baz Luhrmann, you know, Moulin Rouge 12 years ago probably. I've done a lot of readings. I never was good enough, you know, so it's taken a while, and I needed someone like Mark Lamprell, the director of this film, to believe in me and take that chance. And that's what he did, and that got my foot in the door.
So now you're good enough?
I got the bug. I definitely have the bug. I hope I'm good enough.
Is it ironic that you're not the only Aussie musical in Cannes this year?
Yes, it is. It's like, oh, great. There's another Australian musical in Cannes. And which one are you going to pick to promote? The one with the gorgeous 3 Aboriginal girls in it, or the other one, you know? So.
And Drift, a period piece based on the growth of the global competition and commerce of the sport of surfing back in the 1970s. What are the selling points for Drift?
Well, it's an action film, which is unusual for Australia, and it's got some big stars in it: Sam Worthington, Xavier Samuel, and Miles. So they're the 2 big things. Great performances, great action.
It's no secret that the movie business is a ruthless one, and even the most experienced of us stumble on occasion. From the Cannes Film Festival, I'm Andrew Warne for Showtime Movie News. I'll see you next time.